Hello and welcome to this demo lecture on the course Machine Learning, and in today's lecture we will basically revise probability concepts. So what is probability? So probability is the study of randomness and uncertainty. Okay, whichever the event is uncertain, we use probability into it. A random experiment is process whose outcome is uncertain. Okay, so what is random experiment? A process whose outcome is uncertain. Examples are tossing a coin, rolling a dice, okay, not tossing a dice, tossing a coin until one gets heads. These are some kind of random experiments. Events and sample space. So what is sample space? Sample space is the set of all the possible outcomes. Okay, whatever the possible outcome may be, it contains within it. Sample event, the individual outcomes are called as sample events, and an event is a collection of one or more simple events. Okay, event is collection of one or more simple event, and simple event is what? It is basically only one outcome. Now sample space. Sample space is denoted by this omega. The set of all the possible outcomes of the experiment is sample space. If the experiment is to roll a six-sided die, then the possible sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it is all the possible outcomes. Suppose the experiment is tossing a coin 3 times. Okay, we are tossing two-sided coins that contains heads and tails 3 times. Then we can get 3 heads, 2 heads and a tail, head, tail and head, and up to 3 tails. Okay, these are 3 and another 2, 8 possible outcomes. This is the complete sample space of this event. The experiment is the number of customers that arrive at service desk during fixed time period. The sample space should be the set of non-negative numbers. So non-negative number is basically nothing but z plus 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. Now events. What is events? Events are subsets of sample space. For example, the outcomes that the die is even. For example, in the case of rolling a six-sided die, the event is the outcome that the die is even. Okay, so out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 2, 4 and 6 satisfies this condition. Now the next is exactly 2 tosses comes out as tails. So all the events from this sample space that has 2 t's, okay, 2 tails. So it is HTT, TAT, TDH. 3 possible solution of this particular criteria. At least 2 heads. Okay, for this we have triple H, HHC, STH and THH. So these are called as events. It can also be generalized as filters, okay, to select outcomes. Now probability. A probability is a number assigned to each event in the sample space. What does this number indicate? It is indicating that how much are the chances of this event occurring. Okay. Axioms of probability. For any event A, probability is 0 is less than or equal to P of A is less than or equal to 1. That is, it is between 0 and 1, including both the ends. And probability of omega, that is probability of sample space, the event of sample space is 1, and probability of null event is 0. If A1, A2 up to An is partition of A, then probability of A is P of A1 plus A2 up to An, sum of all the events. Okay. Properties of probability, some more properties. For any event E, probability of A complement, that is complementary event of event A, is nothing but 1 minus PA. For example, PA is 0.4, then P of A complement is 1 minus 0.4, that is 0.6. If A is subset of B, then probability of A will be less than or equal to probability of B. For any two events A and B, probability of A union B is PA plus PB minus P of A disjoint B. Okay, we have to subtract this particular part. For 3 events, the rule can be probability of A union B union C is A plus B plus C minus A disjoint B, A disjoint C, A disjoint B disjoint C, and we then add P of A, B and C. Now the intuitive development of the probability is, that is, the probability of an event A could be defined as P of A is equals to limit n tends to infinity Na divided by n, okay, Na divided by n, where n is the number that event happens in n trials. Okay. That is, we assume that the number of experiments are up to infinity. For example, in case of tossing a coin, we assume that we have tossed the coin up to infinite times. Random variable. So what is random variable? A random variable is a function. This is basically a little bit funny, that random variable itself is a function. It is not variable. Defined on the sample space sig omega, maps the outcome of the random event into real scalar values. So number of possible outcomes is being mapped to scalar values. And what is discrete random values? Random variable. A random variable which may take on only a countable number of distinct values. So here the important thing is that the output should be countable number. For example, the sum of the values of the two dice, it is basically a countable number. Okay, sum can be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 6 plus 6, maximum 12. X is a random variable with arity of k if it can take on exactly 1 values out of k values. The possible values of x can take on are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 12. Now probability of discrete random variable, it's PMF, that is probability mass function. How the probabilities are distributed, this is indicator of that. It is equals to P of x at particular instance of x. Simple facts about PMF is sigma I of P of x is equals to xi, that is sum of all the probability is 1, and P of x is equals to xi disjoint x is equals to xj is equals to 0 if I is not equals to j. Okay, if both of them are not equal, then only then this is true. If P of xi union P of xj probability is equals to probability of this plus probability of this if I is not equals to j, and this is again the same thing, that probability of each and every events individually, then if we take union, then the sum is 1. The common distributions that we generally come across are uniform and binomial. So uniform random variable is u between 1 to up to n, that is, it is uniformly distributed over the sample space. X takes value 1 to up to n, and the formula for this is x is equals to I is equals to 1 by n. So we basically just divide by the number of possible outcomes, picking balls from different colors from a box. This is uniform random variable. Now the binomial random variable is nothing but out of an experiment, probability of success is p, then x takes value 0, 1 up to n. Then probability of x taking value I, that is taking value 3 or something, is given by nci p to the power I into 1 minus p to the power n minus I. This is referred to as probability of success of event, and this 1 minus p is probability of failure, which can generally be also given as q. Okay. The joint probability is given two discrete random variables x and y. Their joint probability distribution is the distribution of x and y together. That is the effect of having both the variables occurring together. You and your friends each toss a coin 10 times. Then probability of you getting the head and your friend getting 7 heads. Okay, you getting 5 heads and your friend getting 7 heads. This probability can be find out as joint probability, where is sigma x, sigma y, p of x is equals to x and p of y is equals to y is equals to 1. Another is given as p of I is equals to 0, 50, j is equals to 0 to 100. You get I heads and your friend gets j head. It is 1. Now conditional probability. What is conditional probability? It is probability of event given that some other event is happened. For example, probability of x is equals to x given y is equals to y is the probability of x is equals to x given the occurrence of y is equals to y. You have been given that this particular event has occurred, then find out the probability of this. It can be represented by this notation. Example is you get 0 heads given that your friend gets 3. Okay, this is given and you need to find this. So you getting 0 heads given that your friend gets this. The formula for this is probability of x is equals to x, y is equals to y is equals to probability of x and y, okay, xy divided by p of y. You can simply note it down as probability of x given y is equals to p of xy divided by p of y. Law of total probability. Given two discrete random variables x and y, which takes values in this x1 up to xn and y1 up to yn, we have probability of x is equals to xi is equals to sigma j p of x is equals to xi disjoint p of y is equals to yj. It can be represented as p of x given y into p of y, p of x given y into p of y. Marginalizing. Okay, marginal probabilities are when you have been given joint probability, then if you want to find out probability of single variable, okay, across the row or across the column, okay, across one dimension, then you have to find out marginal probabilities. It can be given as, for example, if you have been given joint probability distribution of p of xy, then if you want to find out p of x, then it can be found out as given a conditional probability, you need to sum it all, and probability of y. So probability of x is equals to p of x given y into p of y, where this is conditional probability, this is again a marginal probability, and this is also a marginal probability. And for solving that, we have a Bayes rule which simplifies the calculation to the extent. If x and y are discrete random variables, then p of x given y, p of x given y is equals to p of xy, that is joint probability of occurring both of them together, divided by p of y. Again, this p of y can be expanded as p of y given x1 into p of x1 plus p of y given x2 into p of x2 up to infinity, okay, all the possible values of x we have summed it, okay. So in this lecture we will only look till this, so that is it. Thank you everyone.